Welcome to News in the Queue, where I am your host, Kevin Yee. I'm an author, and I'm going to bring you the news every week from around Central Florida attractions and theme parks. And we're going to begin with a brand new one. This is Echo Park, opening April 2nd, 2012 from Florida EcoSafaris at Forever Florida. This is a wildlife conservation area. They've been building up a renovation, a $1.5 million renovation to include a bunch of new zip lines, roller coaster zip lines, and even this kind of cycle tour through the canopy that becomes an all-day adventure for people who participate. Tickets are $135, but remember, this is an all-day adventure. Let's focus our attention now on the Universal Florida Park, where they've been preparing a new lagoon show. This will be Universal Cinematic Spectacular, 100 Years of Movie Memories. And what you see here are curtain fountains, so in other words, fountains that put out a curtain of water onto which they can project video and animation and do other special effects. And it's a big part of their nighttime lagoon show. It's upcoming and it's not open just yet. Here's a couple of photos of releases from the Disney Parks blog, where they've been releasing new merchandise in honor of the Easter holiday coming up this coming weekend. Here's one not from the Disney Parks blog, but you can get yourself a kind of Easter bunny Duffy in the parks as well. Still at Walt Disney World, let's turn our attention to Tamu TAMU. This is an outdoor restaurant and eatery in the Africa section, right in the corner there, and they've got a brand new menu item. The burger is gone, and now they've got a pulled beef sandwich. So you got spicy beef on a pita and mint yogurt cucumber sauce. We are switching our attention here to the IFly facility. Now, if you've not done this before, as you can see from the photo, this is where you have what's called indoor skydiving. There's a giant fan underneath down here that's pushing you upwards, and it really is a free fall. It lasts about 30 seconds when you do it normally. The reason this is in the news is that they have got some competitions upcoming on April 13 and 14. This is happening at 8 p.m., actually, Friday and Saturday of those days. And this will be the 2012 IBA Indoor Skydiving Competition Tour, where us mortals are there to watch, not to participate. But this is open to the public. Test Track will be closing soon, more specifically on April 16th, and when Test Track closes, they will be undergoing a 5-month renovation. We see an example of what the new cars already look like, or a few of the new cars look like. This conversion has been going on for some time, but there are going to be further changes as the facility becomes more about Chevrolet than all of the GM brands, and it's uncertain, or unannounced at least, what will happen to the various show scenes throughout the attraction. PhotoPass is also changing as of April 14th. That's this coming next week, I should say. April 4th, they've got the PhotoPass changing to become a PhotoPass Plus system. So you'll be able to purchase this PhotoPass Plus for about $200. And like the existing PhotoPass system, you can get a CD sent to your house for these $200, but now there will also be on-ride photos from select attractions that will be part of this as well. And so with these, you don't get a physical print. You only become part of the CD that you normally get with PhotoPass, but now these are included as well. The included attractions are Buzz Lightyear, Dinosaur, Expedition Everest, Rock and Roller Coaster, Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, and Tower of Terror. Switching now to Legoland Florida, where they have recently undergone a grand opening on March 29th for a Fresh from Florida Greenhouse Tour. This is a farm-to-table agriculture tour, really an interactive experience in what used to be a butterfly greenhouse at Legoland Florida. Now features lots of little Legos, as you might expect, like their mini-land, this time telling the story of table food as it comes from the farms. Other changes coming to Walt Disney World, specifically in the Magic Kingdom. Now, this June is a new movie coming out for Disney called Brave, and the Princess of Brave is called Merida. Merida will be replacing Rapunzel in the meet and greet area next to the castle. And here you see an example of the layout of what it would look like. And Merida will sit up top here, and there are archery competitions or some manner of interactive archery that people can do while they're waiting in line. What will happen is Rapunzel will move over to the Adventureland veranda on April 15th. Merida will not move in until mid-May. Now, when Rapunzel moves to the veranda on April 15th, Flynn Rider will rejoin her. So the fans of Flynn who have not seen her for some time will be happy about that. Rapunzel will be going where Ariel and Prince Eric currently are. They will be relocating to the glass gazebo next to the Adventureland veranda and the Swiss Family Treehouse. So all the characters stick around. In fact, we're just getting more characters. The big news this past weekend was the introduction of the wrap for the Avengers movie going onto Monorail Red. Now, this is a press photo. I'll show you a few examples of what it looks like out in the parks and pulling in here into the station at the Magic Kingdom. There's a good shot of the Hulk at the front, or I guess the back in this case, of the wrapped monorail. The designs are on both sides, and this is not a paint job. It's kind of a wrap that they can pull off later on, and it doesn't look much like anything when you're inside the monorail. They had done this previously with the Tron, and it became the Tron advertisement. It became the Tronorail. So Avenger Rail, I guess, is the way to think of this one, since it takes the Avengers movie coming out for Disney and puts their characters. And you see some of the characters here displayed in close-up from a view on the station. Iron Man and Captain America and the Hulk at the end. The Hulk is rather ferocious looking here. We'll take a close-up look at what the Hulk looks like on the monorail. So hopefully this doesn't turn off the visitors who don't know what's going on. Inside the Magic Kingdom, the Sunshine Tree Terrace has recently undergone a facelift. There used to be walls up around here. Now there's no sign over on the side in this photo, but the sign shows up a day or so later. And if you look behind the sign in this round spot here, what you will witness is in silhouette form the old logo, the orange bird, for this very same facility. The orange bird himself is not back, but this is a tribute or an homage that might be interesting for people. Within the past week, Disney has started to restrict the way that Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, this is their card-based game, works. They're no longer allowing people to migrate from the easy to the medium level or medium to hard. So you are welcome to continue playing at the level you're playing at now, but you can no longer advance. That's during the very crowded times they've been experiencing lately. This is a view of the Haunted Mansion exit and the Pet Cemetery. The area behind it where the construction walls are now used to be heavily wooded. This was the Fantasyland skyway at one point, and here's another view of the same area but facing a slightly different angle. The rumor, or perhaps leaked plans, has suggested that this area will become a walkway into Fantasyland from the Liberty Square and Haunted Mansion area. And up at the top here will be new bathrooms replacing the Skyway Chalet, and perhaps a meet and greet as well. Further into Fantasyland, this is the Winnie the Pooh, or Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh attraction, which is behind walls yet once again, because the interactive experience in the very corner here, called Tigger's Bouncy spot, has never really been open except for one single day of beta testing. These involve pads in the floor where little people could jump up and down on the springs, basically. It looked pretty dangerous, and the lawyers must have agreed, because it didn't open again after that, and more than a year later, here now they are finally removing the area, again reportedly for another meet and greet. This is a view into the Storybook Circus area of New Fantasyland. This is the part that is open, and if we make our way past this trench of red construction walls, we'd go past the Under the Sea Little Mermaid attraction, posters for the new land, and then we make our way to Dumbo and the Barnstormer, which have been reopened already. Somewhat new in News in the Queue, the Fastpass return times are now being really heavily monitored. And if we have a close-up look at the sign they're putting on the Fastpass machines, it implies that you will not be allowed to ride if you return late from your hour window. They have to say this because it used to be they would let you come late and not care or say anything about it, but now they do. In Tomorrowland, this figure has been missing for months on end, but has recently returned to the area underneath the People Mover. He's been freshly painted. Looks great. Here's a view on the other side of the monorail loop from the monorail of the area being constructed for the Grand Floridian This is also happening on the other side of the monorail, pushing out into the lagoon. Flower and Gardens going on at Epcot, so they are doing all they can to announce this at the TTC and the Magic Kingdom as well. And when you get to the Flower and Garden Festival, this was something new for me, a scavenger hunt suggesting places you could go look for certain kinds of topiaries. It's a bit of a trivia thing, but something for kids as well. And I thought that was a neat touch, and it certainly doesn't cost them much of anything to do that. We are here at the Future World sort of central plaza, and this zone in front of the pin trading booth used to be occupied by several tables, as if to encourage pin trading, and they've taken those away. I guess pin trading is becoming less and less of an important focus for them. While we're on the subject of merchandise, though, I thought these $20 couch pillows were neat. Sort of a Haunted Mansion wallpaper theme on the one side, and Tomb Sweet Tomb on the other. There's a second pillow just nearby as well. This was in the Emporium for Fastpass cards. It makes it look like you've got a Fastpass card on a pillow. And here's something brand new from the world of Vinylmation. These are, I guess they're monorails that are themed to look like the Cars cars. An interesting idea. Here's another view of them, and you can see the Lightning McQueen themed one in this case. It's a really odd mashup of more than one type of theme put together. That does it for this week. We will catch you next week, and we thank you very much for your attention. See you soon.